The Arctic region surrounds part of Canada, Greenland, Russia, Alaska, Norway, Finland, and Iceland. The climate, it has long winter and short summer. The Arctic region surrounds part of Canada, Greenland, Russia, Alaska, Norway, Finland, and Iceland. It has long winter and short summer. The temperature is below 40 degrees Celsius, and the summer are cold. There are two seasons. There are cold winter and summer winter.
Polar bears live on Arctic sea ice and are the largest land carnivore. They have thick, white fur and black skin. Underneath to absorb heat, their blubber keeps them warm in freezing temperature. Polar bears are excellent swimmers. They can trek long distances in search of food. Their main diet is seal, with breathing holes by wading near breathing holes in the ice. Conclusion: polar bears are powerful hunters, but also vulnerable to climate change. Protecting the Arctic means protecting them.
We'll tell you about the clever Arctic fox. The Arctic fox lives on the tundra and is famous for its seasonal camouflage. In winter, its fur is white to blend with the snow, and in summer, it turns brown or gray to match the night. It has small ears and short nose to keep heat inside. When it sleeps, it wraps its tail around its body like a blanket. It has incredible hearing, which helps find prey under the snow. The Arctic fox eats lemmings, birds, berries, and sometimes leftovers from polar bears. The Arctic fox shows us how animals can adapt to survive in extreme environments.
I tell you of the snow owl, a silent hunter. Snow owls live on the Arctic tundra. It has thick feathers to stay warm and shell eyesight to stop the prey. Snow owl's main food is lemon. He can eat thousands in a year. Snow owls nest on the ground that make unique owls. Snow owls are one of the biggest owls on the world. Conclusion: snow owls are important in the Arctic tundra.
I will talk about caribou, also known as reindeer. Caribou and reindeer are the same species. They live in the tundra and boreal forests. Some of them migrate over 5,000 kilometers a year in large herds. It is one of the largest migrations on Earth. Both males and females grow antlers, which is rare among deer. Their white hooves helps them to walk on snow and to swim across rivers. Caribou eat lichens, grass, and shrubs. They can detect food through up to 1 meter of snow. Indigenous people depend on them for food, clothing, and traditions. Their eyes change color with the season. Their noses warm freezing air before it hits the land. Conclusion: caribou are vital to Arctic cultures and ecosystem, showing the deep connection between people and animals. Caribou are very unique and incredible animals that can survive changing with the seasons.
My topic is the moose ox, a survivor of the Ice Age. Moose oxen have thick double layers. Today I'm going to talk about the Arctic hare. The Arctic hare lives in tundra regions. This Arctic hare in the winter changes their fur to white so they can escape from predators. They are really fast runners. They can run up to 40 miles per hour to escape from wolves and foxes. They mostly eat woodies, plants, mooses, and they are the biggest hares in North America. They can live 3 to 5 years in the wild. They dig holes in the ground to protect from shelter. These animals have black tips on their ears so they can blend in with the rocks and the snow. I hope you enjoyed the Arctic hare.
I will talk about the narwhal, the unicorn of the sea. Narwhal live in the Arctic water. Males have a long tusk, which is actually a tooth that can grow up to 10 feet. The tusk
help sense changes in the water. Narwhals eat fish, squid, and shell. They migrated and the ice and are hunted by indigenous people for food. Curious fact, its horn are left to accurate out. Belugas are small, white wolves that live in Arctic water. They are very social and travel in boats. They eat fish, crustaceans, and worms. They rounded for head, then use collocation to find food. Conclusion. That shows the importance to communicate in nature. Thank you for the attention.
The Arctic squid. The Arctic squid, his size are 1 meter. He lives in Arctic tundra. He eats eggs, fish, and other birds. He are pirates, but is robbed the food of other birds. The humans can spend 2 years flat in the sea for your house.
I will about the bowhead whale. Bowhead whale only live in the Arctic. They have stated lower, but anyway, they up in 19 inches. They eat krill and small things. They can live over 200 years. Conclusion. The bowhead whale are an amazing animal.
The Arctic Ocean is at the very top of the world, around the North Pole. It is surrounded by land, like a big ice cap. It is the smallest ocean on Earth. Even though it is small, it helps keep our whole planet by reflecting sunlight back into space. Most of the ocean is covered by a giant ice cap that floats on the water. In winter, the ice grows bigger, and in summer, the ocean melts. We must protect the Arctic Ocean. Because of the global warming, the ice melts faster. If the ice disappears, the animals will lose their home. Fun fact, the word bear means Arctic.
Tundra is a treeless biome found in the Arctic region. The plants in the tundra are mosses, sedges, lichens, and hardy flowers. The plant of the tundra close to the ground to resist cold winds. The rule of the plant is give food to the animals herbivores, the oxen and the Arctic hares. Solar definition: solar rock that remains frozen at least 2 consecutive years. Extent: covers to 24% of land in the northern hemisphere, where temperature causes greenhouse gases like methane, CO2, and which accelerate climate change impact. Towing the stability of buildings, roads, and pipelines, obviously.
The glacier ice sheet. Definition: large mass of ice compact formed from compact snow. Greenland ice sheet, second largest ice body in the world, covering 1.7 million of kilometers. Freshwater storage holds about 10% of Earth's freshwater, contribute significantly to global sea level rise.
Arctic ice has a high albedo reflectivity, meaning it reflects much of the sun's energy back into space, helping to cool the planet. When ice melts, darker ocean water absorbs more heat, creating a feedback loop that accelerates warming. Arctic also influences ocean currents and weather patterns. The melting and freezing of sea ice affects salinity and driving thermoline circulation and distributes heat globally. Rising sea level. Melting sea ice doesn't directly rise sea level. The real dangers come from glaciers, especially in Greenland, that lose about
270 gigatons in a year. Melting water flow in the ocean, raising sea level. Global sea level has already raised 8 inches sun, and the wind can accelerate. If all glaciers melt, the water is going to rise into 60 to 70 meters. And cities like New York is going to be underwater. That fact. Venezuela is the first modern country that loses of all its glaciers.
Biodiversity. Arctic is home to over 21,000 known species, including iconic animals like polar bears, narwhals, walruses, and Arctic foxes. These species have acquired adaptations like thick blubber, stational camouflage, antifreeze, protecting fish, and migratory beavers. Biodiversity supports ecosystems such as food webs, carbon absorption, and seed dispersal by birds and mammals. Climate change and resource extraction threaten this fragile balance. The biodiversity and genetic variation acting as Earth life support system.
Resources in Arctic. The Arctic may contain 22% of the world's undiscovered oil and gas. The Arctic is a deposit of minerals, iron ore, nickel, copper, diamonds, phosphates, and fresh water. Greenland's ice sheet stores about 10% of global reserves. Fisheries are expanding as ice retreats, but overfishing could destabilize our ecosystem. Oil spills are nearly impossible to clean on Arctic conditions and mainly disrupts habitats. Fun facts: the Arctic is like a giant freezer. Scientists think that of undiscovered oil is deep under the Arctic Ocean. Thank you for your attention.
Arctic is warming 4 times faster than the global average, making it a site case for climate studies. Research focuses on permafrost thawing, ice algal feedbacks, ocean circulation, and biodiversity shifts. Ice cores from Greenland provide a record of atmospheric history, helping scientists understand past climate change. Greenland has contributed rise to ice loss. International collaboration is vital, but geographical tensions has disrupted decades of shared Arctic chains. Wildfires, snow cover change, and carbon emission as emerging threats.